A dim light spills from a single apartment window into a rainy San Francisco alley, casting shadows on a discreet sign. Federal Bureau of Narcotics. A well-dressed man, George Hunter White, subtly ushers another unsuspecting man inside, a faint smile playing on his lips.
Wait, the Bureau of Narcotics. That sounds like a setup for a terrible jazz club, not a covert operation.
It was the perfect front, Casey. A place nobody would question too closely, particularly in that era.
Exactly. Inside the apartment, a seductively dressed woman offers the man a drink. Unseen, behind a one-way mirror, White leans in, adjusting his headphones, watching as the man takes a sip, unknowingly entering a CIA experiment.
So, they're literally drugging people in what amounts to a government-run brothel. That's bold even for the Cold War.
Surprise, you're on LSD now. Hope you brought your dance moves. I can't even imagine the confusion.
This wasn't some isolated incident, though. What we are talking about today, Operation Midnight Climax, was a very real subproject of the infamous MKULTRA program.
A sub-project. So this was just one piece of a much larger, darker puzzle.
Precisely. In the mid-1950s, the CIA established these safe houses in New York and San Francisco, explicitly using prostitutes to lure unwitting men for non-consensual LSD experiments.
Non-consensual LSD. That's a band name waiting to happen. Or a really bad Yelp review. Great drinks, but I woke up speaking in tongues.
But seriously, the CIA was doing this. Not just some rogue agents.
No, this was fully sanctioned. Project MKULTRA itself was a massive covert CIA research initiative, running from 1953 to 1964.
And its goal? Just generally mind control.
Essentially, yes. It was focused on behavioral modification through drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and other means, with the ultimate goal of mind control, especially against adversaries.
So they were trying to turn jazz musicians into Soviet sleeper agents, basically? Or just find out if you could make someone fold laundry against their will?
Operation Midnight Climax, specifically launched in 1954, was initially established by a CIA chemist named Sidney Gottlieb.
Gottlieb, the poisoner-in-chief as some called him. The man who orchestrated some of the most unethical experiments in CIA history.
Exactly. And it was placed under the direct supervision of federal narcotics agent and CIA consultant George Hunter White.
So a narcotics agent was running actual drug operations for the CIA. That feels like a massive conflict of interest, even for the 50s.
White truly believed in his methods. He managed these secret brothels, convinced that the combination of drugs and sex would make subjects far more susceptible to interrogation.
So he thought he could break people down, make them pliable. That's a classic spy movie trope, but with a horrifying twist.
Yeah, like if James Bond got his intel from a particularly confusing rave, and then wrote a very, very long report about it.
And he wasn't just directing from afar. He was often there, observing everything from hidden rooms through one-way mirrors. In these safe houses, particularly the ones set up in San Francisco and later New York City, the subjects were secretly dosed with LSD-laced cocktails.
And it was the prostitutes who administered the drugs, right? Effectively turning them into unwitting agents themselves.
Precisely. They would offer the drinks, and CIA agents would then observe the unwitting subject's behavior through those one-way mirrors.
Talk about a bad first date. So, do you come here often? Also, is the ceiling melting?
The stated goal of all these bizarre experiments was explicit: to test if drugs and sex could be used for mind control, behavioral modification, or to effectively gather intelligence from unsuspecting individuals.
But was it ever effective? Did they actually get anything useful out of it?
That's the million-dollar question, and we will get into that. But the belief was that this combination would lower inhibitions and reveal secrets.
So they were trying to invent a truth serum that also came with awkward morning-after conversations. Nailed it.
The San Francisco safe houses ultimately operated until their closure in 1965. The New York City safe house followed suit just a year later in 1966.
So these clandestine operations ran for over a decade. That's a significant commitment for something so ethically murky.
It shows how serious the CIA was about pursuing these avenues, even without clear evidence of success.
I bet the landlords were just thrilled when they finally moved out. They left a lot of mirrors, but the rent was always on time.
And the secretive nature of Midnight Climax meant that very few individuals, even high up in government positions, were aware of Gottlieb's direct involvement or the specifics of these subprojects.
So even within the CIA, it was kept on a need-to-know basis. And not many people needed to know about the brothels, huh?
Exactly. It was compartmentalized to the extreme to prevent widespread knowledge of these highly illicit activities. This extreme secrecy around Gottlieb and these subprojects explains why many of the MKULTRA records, including those connected to Midnight Climax, were ordered destroyed.
Destroyed? By whom and when? That's a classic move to bury evidence.
Exactly. CIA Director Richard Helms gave the order in 1973, making a full accounting incredibly challenging.
So they just hit the delete button on history. Probably called it Operation Paper Recycling to make it sound less nefarious.
Thankfully, not everything was destroyed, and some crucial documents were later declassified. And those declassified records confirm the core claim unequivocally. The CIA did operate illegal safehouses.
So, to be absolutely clear, these brothels, the LSD, the unwitting subjects, all of it was real.
100%. They employed prostitutes to facilitate non-consensual drug experiments on unsuspecting men as part of Project MKULTRA.
So this wasn't just a rumor circulating in whispered tones. It was an actual government program. That's unsettling.
It's beyond unsettling. It's a genuine violation of human rights conducted by a federal agency.
The public finally learned the full scope of this during the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence's Church Committee hearings.
The Church Committee, led by Senator Frank Church, was critical in exposing these abuses, right?
Absolutely. Between 1975 and 1976, their investigations officially confirmed the existence and the activities of Operation Midnight Climax, bringing it to public light.
So, what, the CIA had to stand up there and say, "Yeah, we totally did the LSD spy brothel thing." That must have been an awkward congressional testimony.
It certainly was. The revelations shocked the nation. Despite the confirmation of these harrowing operations, there is no declassified evidence that Operation Midnight Climax ever achieved its primary goals.
So all that unethical activity, all those human rights violations, for nothing. They didn't develop any useful mind control or espionage techniques.
That's right. It was ultimately deemed a failed experiment. No mind-controlled spies. No significant intelligence gathered.
So they put all this effort into being supervillains, and the biggest outcome was just a bunch of confused men and some really weird government paperwork. What a waste!
Precisely. The program produced little of value, ultimately shut down due to its ethical quagmire and lack of results. The enduring appeal of this story, and why it resonates so deeply, lies in its tangible evidence of government overreach.
It's not just a theory, it actually happened. It taps into that fear that powerful institutions can truly manipulate us.
Exactly. It directly speaks to public fears about the loss of bodily autonomy and the potential for manipulation by powerful secretive institutions.
So it's not just they might be watching you. It's they did drug people and watched them for over a decade. That's a whole different level of creepiness.
It transforms abstract paranoia into documented reality, making it far more compelling than mere speculation. The disturbing reality of Operation Midnight Climax proves that some government actions truly sound like conspiracy theories.
It really blurs the line, doesn't it? What seems unbelievable today might just be declassified tomorrow.
Right? It's like, I used to think a secret brothel run by the CIA was something out of a bad spy novel. Turns out, it was just Tuesday for the government.
And that brings us to the next topic we will be tackling. Next time, we are going to dig into the rumors of the Nazi gold train. Is it a historical fact or just a persistent myth?
Ooh, now that sounds like a treasure hunt. Hopefully with less LSD and more actual gold. Remember to like and subscribe for more Conspiracy Examined.